Hello, this is Namek. Today again with another video about talking about real firearms. So in today's video we'll be talking about the 10 greatest firearms to come from Russia. And this does include the Soviet Union. So at number 10 we have the TT-33. This is probably one of the more prolific Soviet firearms. It's a semi-automatic pistol that was issued in 1930 until it was replaced in 1952. It's designed by Fedor Tokarev, and it uses the 7.62 by 25mm Tokarev cartridge in 8-round magazines. These pistols saw use primarily in World War II, but after the war the Soviets gave these handguns and its design out to the Chinese and North Koreans. These pistols have also been found in the Vietnam War and other later proxy wars. The actual design is very close to that of the Browning-designed M1903 pistols, and it's possible that this is a copy, or something that has been copied off of the M1903 Browning pistol. Number 9. The PTRS-41. This is an anti-tank rifle designed by the brilliant firearms maker Sergei Simonov. It's chambered in a massive 14.5 by 114mm cartridge. For reference, the 50 BMG round is 12.7 by 108. This rifle is not to be confused with the PTRD, which is a Degatyarov design and is a single-shot rifle. The PTRS is a semi-automatic, gas-operated rifle that's fed with 5-round clips into its internal box magazine. This rifle saw action for a majority of World War II, and it still sees action today in the Donbass region of Ukraine by freedom fighters due to the 14.5mm round's capability to penetrate Russian APC armor. Number 8. The Nagant revolver. This 7-shot revolver is incredibly unique. Its revolver is actually Belgian, but it was used by the Russians since 1895, and then the Soviets adopted it after. Most officers that didn't receive TT-33s on the front got the M1895 Nagant revolver, and the revolver has seen action in wars like the Korean and Vietnam War. It's produced until 1945, and about 2 million of them were manufactured. It's chambered in a proprietary 7.62 by 38mm rimless cartridge, and that bullet is sunk into the cartridge for higher muzzle velocity. The 7-shot cylinder moves forwards when cocked, completing a seal. The M1895 Nagant revolver is one of the few revolvers with the ability to be suppressed. The Nagant is a unique double-action pistol. However, the cylinder does not swing out, and you have to load it round by round using the gate on the side. And next is the PPSH-41. Now, after the Soviets got beat around during the Winter War of 1940, they realized the Finnish had significant firepower from the reliable Suomi KP-31 submachine guns. So they set out to design their own similar SMG, or rather copy it. At that time, they had the PPD, which was ineffective and unreliable. The PPSH-41 was designed by Georgy Shpagin, and it began production in 1941. It originally was chambered in 7.62 by 25mm Tokarev rounds. However, later during the war, the German captured models were rechambered for 7.63 Mauser. Even later during the Cold War, there were 9mm Parabellum models produced. The PPSH-41 is one of the most well-known submachine guns. It has impressive room-clearing power, especially from its intense 1200 round per minute fire rate, which rivals that of the MG42. These came with a 35-round stick magazine or a 71-round drum magazine, though the 71-round drums suffered from feeding problems and reliability issues. These are still in production today, and it's estimated 6 million have been produced and have been used in every war since 1941. Number 6 is the SKS. This rifle is another Simonov design, specifically a scaled-down version of the PTRS-41 rifle, scaled down to fit the new 7.62 by 39mm M48 Bol cartridge. It began production in 1949, and it was Red Army's main rifle until it was eventually phased out in the mid-1950s. The SKS has a 10-round internal magazine that is fed by clips, and is capable of accurate shots over long distances of up to 400 meters. The rifle design was eventually handed over to the Chinese and the North Koreans, where it was named the Type 56 SKS, not to be confused with the AK version, the Type 56 assault rifle. Every conflict since the 1950s has had an SKS in it, from Africa to the jungles of Nam. It's also a favored rifle by American gun enthusiasts as well, and a prized rifle for many, as prices continue to rise year by year. And now we get into the top 5 Russian firearms. At number 5 here, we have the Mosin Nagant. This rifle is probably one of the most well-known bolt-action rifles ever. Officially, it's called the 3-line rifle M1891. The Mosin Nagant is a 5-shot bolt-action rifle, mostly chambered in 7.62 by 54mm rimless cartridge. These, well, there are very rare 30-06 chambered rifles that are shipped to the US, but those are for another video. The Mosin Nagant was produced until 1973. However, it still sees use in conflicts today, even in Ukraine, where it is served as a sniper rifle. The Mosin Nagant also has various carbine versions, notably the M44 and M38 carbine, issued during World War II. Today, they're popular among the gun community and serve as hunting rifles, sporting rifles, and basically just normal plinkers. Number 4, the PK machine gun. The PK is an extremely common squad-level general-purpose machine gun, designed by renowned firearms designer Mikhail Kalashnikov. It entered service in 1961 to replace the aging RPD and DP-28 machine guns, and the PK is chambered in 7.62 by 54mm rimless. It is fed through a non-disintegrating belt in a very large tin box, hanging on the right side of the machine gun instead of the left, like many Western designs. The action itself is incredibly similar to that of Kalashnikov's rifle, and it's been said that it's the same design, just upside down and backwards. The PK has also gone through newer versions of the machine gun, like the lighter weight PKP and the more modernized PKM. It is still produced and in service today with the Russian army. Number 3, the Makarov. Probably the most popular pistol to come out of the Soviet Union. It replaced the old Tokarev pistol and has ever since been the main military and police sidearm for the Soviet Union and the Russian Federation. It's chambered in 9x18mm Makarov and has an 8-round detachable box magazine. The Makarov is also the base for the Stechkin automatic pistol and the Makarov PB suppressed pistol. The Makarov also proved to be a reliable option for officers and general infantry during the Cold War, and it's still in holsters across Russia today. The Makarov PM is a solid pistol and is designed by Nikolai Makarov in 1948. Its design is heavily influenced by the Walther PP pistol, and overall, the Makarov is still in service and production today. Number 2. Now to clarify, the name of the rifle is SVD, which stands for Sniper Rifle Dragunov. Calling it SVD Dragunov would be like calling it a Sniper Rifle Dragunov, so don't. This rifle was designed in the late 1950s by Yevgeny Dragunov, and it is put into service in 1963. It's actually been in use in production since then, albeit with different versions replacing the original. The SVD is not an AK variant. It is purposely designed to look similar to universalize the Soviet arsenal. Internally, it is very different. It's chambered in 7.62 by 54mm rimless, feeding through a 10-round box magazine, and it uses a Soviet PSO-1 telescopic sight, although it does have iron sights. The most common variants include the SVD-S with a folding stock, the modernized SVD-M with polymer furniture, and the Chinese-made Type 85. There's also the SVU, which is the same rifle basically, but it is made in the 1990s, and it's a bullpup for the Russian Special Forces. Number 1. Kalashnikov's AK-47. The Automat Kalashnikova, or AK, is the most common and influential firearm of the Eastern world and probably the entire globe. Designed shortly after World War II by Mikhail Kalashnikov, it entered service in 1949, eventually replacing the SKS fully by the mid-1950s. It was then replaced in 1974 with the AK-74. These are different rifles. The AK-47 is chambered in 7.62 by 39mm M48 ball ammo. The AK-74 is chambered in a smaller 5.45 by 35mm cartridge. The AK-47 is possibly the most popular rifle ever, with an estimated 72 million of just the AK-47 made. The AK-47 itself is a very good design, with loose tolerances, a robust gas system, and incredibly simple assembly and disassembly, which makes it a perfect weapon for the Soviet Union, or groups on Toyotas in the Middle East. The AK is about effective to 350 meters, however the sights go up to 800 meters. The AK's design is incredibly iconic, being the generic bad guy's gun from Hollywood for more than 50 years. The AK is still produced today, and listing off every variant would be a 40-minute long video I will do sometime in the future. The AK is even on flags, coat of arms, and there's so much accessories and a lot of memorabilia. It's crazy how much the AK has affected the world, being a tool of mass destruction of freedom fighters, dictatorships, NRA-backed idiots at gun ranges, rebels in the Middle East, and so many war-torn countries in Africa. I hope you did enjoy this video, and it took me a little bit to make it because a lot of research, I guess, and mostly voicing and voice acting is very, very boring. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video today, and it was a very good video. I like talking about Russian firearms. They're very good, and I like them a lot. It's a shame they cost so much, and ammunition is so hard to get a hold of. But I'm glad you watched this video, and please, maybe, subscribe so you can watch future videos like this that will come out eventually.